Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll take a look on another game from the Scouring, and this time we'll take a look on a 3v3 game. We can take a look on the players as well. So I played with Urakar and Master Moist, and we are against Vad, Anunescu and this Chinese player. It's played of course on the 6-player map. You usually play 3v3s on this map. We don't really have any more options right now unless you want to play it on the 8-player map. And I spawned on the right position right here. My first ally is here on the top, and my last ally is right here in the top left corner. The enemies are on the bottom side of the map. So let's just start it. I'm playing as humans, and actually I think everyone here is human except the white ally who is playing as orcs here. So we are starting classic opener, barracks with 3 peasants, sawmill with 3 peasants, and just get some extra gold and go for farms. And my plan here is to try to create some early pressure, probably not kill this player, but at least try to harass him a little bit, stop maybe some buildings or production, maybe kill some peasants, and mainly also force his allies to come help him instead of developing some strong economy in the back. Yeah, because if you spawn on the side like this, I'm the furthest away from basically anyone. Yeah, the 3 enemies are actually quite close to each other. My 2 allies are also quite close to each other, but I'm a little bit further away from everyone else. So it would be quite risky to try playing like heavy macro, go with expansion or something. So I rather decided to play like this, a little bit more aggressively. I can work them on myself, but the main thing is to just create some pressure, give my allies some time to potentially create some expansions or prepare some stronger army, and then we can go for a push as a team. So I'm starting with archers. You can also try to rush with swordsmen, but I don't really like that. Rushing with swordsmen is just about creating them extremely quickly and buying potions and then trying to level them up. It can work if the enemy won't be prepared for it, but if he knows how to play well against that, he will survive that. It's not like 100% win rate if you attack with swordsmen. While with archers, it's maybe a little bit more difficult sometimes, but if you have good micromanagement, you can always do more with ranged units, so I just prefer to always do that. He didn't have the most optimal build order. He already has farm, but he doesn't have sawmill yet, so I managed to get into his base before he even made the first soldier, and I'm already killing his peasants. His ally, the closest one here, is struggling with food a little bit, also not producing any units yet, so that's kinda okay. And the black player is really far away, so it will take him some time before he gets here. Now the purple guy decided to queue up some swordsmen, which is probably smart because he needs to create some soldiers even before he finishes the sawmill, so he should make 1 swordsman and now swap 2 archers, but I don't think he will do that. So now I just micromanage a little bit the archers, kill the swordsman without really losing anything, and try to farm more and more peasants. Now we see already both of his allies coming here, so now we are 1v3. He's still spamming more swordsmen from here. There is even an archer, so I just decided to retreat. He also called for help in the chat for everyone, but many players actually don't know how to swap to just ally chat. There is like a button, if you press enter to write a message, you can below that field where you can write the text box, you can write below that there is like a small checkbox that you can click on, and it will write only to allies. For example, as you can see, the black player is writing only to his allies. But yeah, we killed few peasants here, probably few swordsmen as well, maybe I lost 1 archer, not sure. But I mainly forced the other 2 allies of the purple player, the black one and the blue one, to come here with their units, so now first of all they don't have such a strong defense at their homes, and second of all they couldn't really fully focus on their building and other things. If we check the resources, you can see the blue player has ton of gold that he didn't manage to spend, the black player lots of wood, and the purple player doesn't have too many resources, but that is because he was harassed heavily. He even started a farm here that is not even being built anymore. So I'm immediately coming with more units. Night is coming, but I don't have to immediately defend here, so just 1 archer produce some more during that, and here I can at least steal some of their treasures really quickly. I mean, like the neutral enemies, which will give me some extra resources, experience, and everything that we definitely want. Also, I really make sure that I have scout of this position, I mean like vision, so if he goes for an expansion I can immediately stop it. My red ally is already making an expansion, so that's really good. The white guy probably didn't even clear it. He went, I think, here with his units, maybe then he retreated, not sure. But he's injured a little bit, so maybe already tried to clear this. Maybe needed to try again because he failed there. Here they are trying to clear some skeletons, maybe they will even kill the wolves, but probably not. And I'm already clearing this base as well. And I think this was cleared by the white player, that's why he was here, then he retreated. And we already also killed these wolves, so that's like 3 camps for us already. Basically everything around us cleared. We just need to take care of this area, which is usually shadowed, hidden in the beginning, so there will be some skeletons spawning later. We just build a farm here and we are okay, you don't have to worry about it anymore. But we are making an expansion at the same time basically as the enemy black player, while our ally is also making an expansion and the second ally will be now finishing it. He unfortunately didn't power build it, so that's definitely losing him some time there. He could have gotten better advantage because he started it way sooner than everyone else, but we will still have 3 expansions against just 1, so that is way more resources for us. You can see the blue player even struggling a bit here with the neutral enemies, losing ton of units, still struggling with food, and the purple player is trying to clear the walls here with the help of the black player. I think they also lost some units there. He's also struggling with food and now going for quite late smithy. I don't have smithy yet, that's true, so even though it's quite late, it's still earlier than me, but I'm making the expansion now. I know that I have still some time before the night ends, so we will make smithy pretty soon. And even though, for example, the blue player has smithy, he will maybe now lose it because there is so many neutral enemies and it looks like he really doesn't know how to deal with them, so now even the purple player who got rushed is going to help him. The black player definitely seems like he's in the best position. He has expansion already. He's dealing with the neutral enemies quite decently. Maybe also lost an archer here, but overall looks pretty okay. And now he's going for smithy. So definitely looks pretty good. Unfortunately, my ally is also struggling here a little bit with the skeletons, so he had to retreat from his farms. Now he will probably fall into minus with food really quickly. He already fell into that. But at least my second ally is doing pretty well in terms of defense here. He also already has, not smithy, but forge, since he's playing orcs. And he has the expansion where he's producing his workers. The red ally is actually going for upgrade on his town hall. It's kinda interesting, he already has fort and he's going for second one. I definitely wouldn't recommend this. If you want defense for your second base, you should definitely just build barracks there. So you also get some more production at the same time. But you don't really need double fort, you just need one to unlock knights. But as you can see, the black player is attacking me, some archers. I didn't know they maybe planned to push us like all 3 of them at once. Maybe they weren't struggling that much during the night, I didn't know that of course. So I immediately called for help, that maybe multiple enemies are attacking me. So white player is immediately coming, so we would be at least 2v3. And at the same time my red ally could attack. But we quickly figured out that it was just one enemy and he retreated, so we don't have to worry about it. I already have the smithy set up, so we are producing first cannon. The purple player already has first cannon, now even will have second one, but he's struggling with food. He doesn't really have too many archers. I still have pretty big army of archers, yeah, so that's pretty good. White player also preparing the cannons and he will have the artillery mode. Actually he also already has it probably. And he wants to push in 2 minutes, so we'll really soon start pushing here. 2v1, if his allies come to help him, then the red ally of ours is really free to attack on the black player here. Second barracks from the black player, also struggling with food a little bit. He should also rediversify his peasants a little bit more to this base. But also our red ally is missing lots of peasants overall. Trying to conquer the bandit camp. He made 2 forts, but I don't see stables yet, so probably wasn't too effective. Now he's going for the barracks anyway, so I think it's also just a waste of resources. Also, you can't make peasants when you are upgrading to the fort, so definitely never do this. Second barracks from white player as well, and I already have second barracks in my expansion. Now I decided to clear these bandits as well. We also killed the troll, so even more resources for us. If we want to, we can take one of these bases or even both of them. So definitely still many expansion options for us. while they have only one left here, and 2 of the enemy players still play only with 1 base, so we are getting a huge advantage in terms of macro. Our red ally is attacking on the black player here, so this is like a nice 1v1 there. Maybe their allies will also come to help the black player here, but at the same time we can keep pushing against the purple player and probably kill him because we have a really strong army. I'm bringing 2 cannons already, now researching the siege ability at the exact right time. My ally is also already ready here, he just needs a little bit more food. Struggling a little bit, but overall pretty okay. If around 800 food, which is 200 more than this guy, 400 more than this guy, or actually 6. Yeah, seems like we have the biggest army. And the black player is almost 800. He's around the same, but outside of that we should have the strongest army. And we have definitely a really nice map control. Here we are just using the siege ability to siege him down slowly. At the same time, if I get a nice opportunity to push in the front with my archers and maybe snipe out the cannon that he's trying to retreat with, or maybe a few archers, then I definitely do that, because I have good levels on the archers, full HP on everything, so we can definitely pretty quickly snipe something out. We don't have to worry about losing too many units usually. Also, I made second smithy, so we can produce the cannons even more. He's saying that there are 2 here. The white player, not white player, the blue player is actually fighting with neutral enemies there instead of helping one of his allies. Yeah, because they either need to bring another player here, so they can somehow fight 2v2, even though they kind of have no chance. Yeah, we have much stronger army, they are struggling with food, we have way more resources, so that won't usually work, but at least they would have some chance to defend. Or they need to bring more pressure on the left side, where we have just 1 player. And even though he has also many resources, he still has only 2 bases, same as the black player. So if the blue player comes there, it should be 3 bases, or now even 4 against 2, and they should have chance. Well, as you can see, the purple player is early, slowly dying. To be honest, we could have just taken everything and ran through his base, but to be honest, I wasn't really sure how much units he has there. If there are any other enemies behind him, they will be protecting him. So we try to do it really slowly and carefully. Now I pushed a little bit more heavy. I one-shotted the archers with my cannons and his cannons with my archers. And he's calling for help. We are basically in his base already. So that's really good. At the same time, the black player is already sieging our red ally, and now the blue player is coming to help him. So they decided to go for a counter push on the other side of the map. But it's probably still too late. Yeah, even though we could have definitely pushed this much sooner, they should have also started pushing on the other side sooner, because now it's a little bit too late. Our red ally actually decided to push here 1v2. That definitely wasn't a good idea. To be honest, he wouldn't push this even 1v1, since the black player has a really strong defense with cannons here. And also had some archers on this side and other things, really good infrastructure. So probably wouldn't push it even 1v1, but now even though the blue player is struggling with food, it's still lots of units, so now they will probably push our ally here. He doesn't have any more units, I'm not sure if he has any resources. Basically nothing. Black player has lots of gold, same the blue players, so they can keep producing lots of more units. Fortunately, we already basically fully cleared the purple player. He's trying to somehow survive here with 1 farm, but he doesn't have any more units, except these 3 archers, but those are at least starving. And actually he got defeated now. So that was pretty simple. I think you have to have finished the buildings, not just started like this. I think I didn't know. Or maybe farms don't count actually. That's probably another option. Yeah, so our ally is basically dead here, but at the same time we are already pushing the second enemy. So this should be really simple. He doesn't have any more defense here. He will just kill his peasants, and even though he just made expansion, there is nothing in that. So he's basically dead. Just few units on the map, but he's not even using them. It's just about finishing him. We could just skip him and go for the black pair immediately. But to be honest, it's not even that big of a problem, even if the black pair develops a little bit more. Because I'm already making third base, so I'll have even more income. And I still have the white ally here with a really big base of 2 incomes. 2 barracks, the forge. Definitely also really good infrastructure. Also made stables here, the farm as I said, and soon I will also place third barracks in the front. Here we are just finishing the blue base, nothing too interesting, maybe some skeletons around it as well for some extra kills and resources. We are trying to constantly keep our gold and wood low, yeah, spend the resources somehow. Now I was trying to save up the wood for the barracks, which we just managed to do, so I will probably place it down here early soon. At the same time we have really good food, we have around 1300, my ally has like 1100 and the black player around 1000, okay. And some skeletons pushing on our bases as well, but there we have protection from archers. We are going for a castle upgrade so we can get church and heals if we decide to go for knights. And the blue pair should be finished. Actually he managed to make one guard tower here, so he's still alive. Black player has some knights here, but they are really low HP, so we have a problem. Our ally is actually dead now. He could have escaped maybe with few peasants. I don't know if he had any resources. Yeah, he didn't have much wood, so he would need to get a little bit more wood before they got into his second base, but he definitely had time for that. He had lots of buildings in the front that they were destroying. That would take lots of time, so he could have gotten a little bit more wood, escape a few peasants, and maybe even take an expansion in the middle or just somewhere. Now he's escaping with a peasant, but I don't think he will be able to build anything, and unfortunately in this game you can't send resources to allies, so can't even help him with that. Yeah, here the black player is actually trying a little bit with the knights, using some heals there. I haven't seen church anywhere. Maybe I saw wrong, maybe he doesn't have heals yet. He doesn't even have castle. So that was just something. It wasn't a heal, that was probably just a potion or something. But we of course still really easily pushed through him, even though I don't have any knights yet. I have lots of archers with good levels and so many cannons. He's actually killing my archers quite quickly, because this combination of a cannon on the barracks and also knights, so that's killing archers really quickly, even when they have levels. I don't have any potions there, but my ally has lots of cannons, I have lots of cannons here. We even have some warriors there, so those are also holding pretty nicely. Skeletons are not too helpful. They are harassing my cannons a little bit, but the main thing here was just to kill the enemies as soon as possible. Now I even swapped to this type of attack on my cannons to clear these archers. That's way more effective. Skeletons are helping us from this side, and actually the white player managed to save our red ally here with some warriors from home. Yeah, I'm building now the third barracks, accumulating some more units around the map. And he's basically dead. I think he will probably surrender at any moment. Yeah, he called it GG. I think the other two players are already dead, yeah, so this is probably everything. That is like half a more minute, but all players are already defeated, so nothing more. We can at least take a look around the map. Here I was finishing my church since I've finished the upgrade for castle, so we will be getting heals pretty soon. And of course we still have stables, so we can start producing knights really quickly. We have lots of resources, so this is around the time. I think this was, not sure, second night or third night. Probably third night. So after that you just spam lots of knights with this strategy. You have free incomes, lots of resources from this fighting, yeah, so now even if there are 3 other players, you just spam so many units and probably really easily kill them. If we are still alive, of course. If there was more players, you would maybe not survive the beginning, but that is how you would continue with this strategy. Yeah, you don't want to be completely drained after an attack, you want to have some save up, like backup plan, save up some resources, good infrastructure and everything. Definitely don't do this thing where you take all of your units when night is starting and you push someone, because then even if you manage to kill him, if you don't have any protection at your home, you will just lose everything, and if there is another player or something, you might still lose the whole game. Also, if you don't have protection for your base, you will lose your peasants on your farms, and then you will don't have any food, and even if you have strong army, all of it will start starving and you might lose the fight anyways. So always make sure your base is protected. That's the main thing you want to take care of, and after that you want to consider some pushing. But yeah, let's check the let's check the results by finishing the replay. We had the most resources, but only by like 3,000, so not the most. Even though the Red Ally started his expansion first, he actually didn't have that many resources because first of all he got pretty heavily destroyed. Also, even though he started the expansion really soon, he didn't have any peasants there for some time. Also, he didn't power build it, so overall, even if he didn't get destroyed, he would probably have similar resources to the White Ally. In terms of wood, we had the most, but not by much. Units also trained the most, but I didn't have the most kills. Actually, the black player managed to kill there way more units. He slaughtered the whole Red Ally. Also probably some units of the white player, not sure. Definitely lots of kills here. The red player lost the most units. We had a really good kill ratio. White player didn't kill too many units, but he also didn't lose basically anything, so also really good. The other two enemies, pretty bad kill ratios. The black player was definitely carrying the enemy team heavily. In terms of infrastructure, we had the best, but definitely black player also really well played here. And in terms of neutral kills, we had the map control, so that's always really good, effective, and you can gather so many neutral kills that give you even more resources and experience, so really important. But yeah, nice 18-minute game, pretty quick for a 3v3, but that's how it sometimes go. And I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Take care, guys.